All right. So I'm just going to share my screen. Are you able to see my screen, all of you?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
In between the class, if there's some issue with my voice or anything else, you should be telling me, right? And I encourage you all to please participate in the lecture. Whether you are getting something or not getting anything, you should be informing me right away, right? Ask me, raise your hand, or just you can call me and tell me that, ma'am, this thing is not clear. So it's our first lecture. We should be starting from the basic of biology, right? And your first chapter, that is cells, right? Okay, children. So let's begin with this lecture. First, you have to tell me that what is a cell? What do you people think that what a cell is? All of you are quite
Ma'am, it is the most fundamental unit of a living organism.
very good. It's the fundamental unit of the living organism, or you can say that it is the basic unit of life, right? It's a basic unit of life, or you can say it's the building block of right, building block of life, right? Now we know that we have two important kinds of cells. The first one is the animal cell, and the other one is the plant cell. Right, children?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So first we'll have a more look on what an animal cell is. How does that look like? What are the components that are contained inside the animal cell? We know that the animal cell is multicellular. What does that mean? That means that it is composed of many cells, right? More than one cell, right? Apart from that, we know animal cells belong to the category of eukaryotes, right? So if we consider an animal cell a eukaryote, that means it must contain a nucleus, right? And that too with a distinct membrane. For example, the nucleus, you should be having a proper nucleus with a proper membrane in which you are going to have the DNA enclosed, right? Okay. So we know in animal cells, they do not have a cell wall, right, children?
Yeah, yes, plant
Yes.
cells have a cell wall.
Very good. Also, their cell does not have a chloroplast as well, right? So we know that
We
chloroplast is important for the photosynthesis of is important for photosynthesis. So as animals do not have to perform photosynthesis, so chloroplast is not needed inside animal cell, right? What do animal cells feed on? They feed on organic substances that are made by other living things. As it is unable to perform
Ma'am,
photosynthesis, yes,
ma'am, is this called due to this? Due to this, they are called heterotrophs.
yeah, the plant cells are called as animal cells are called to be heterotrophs as well. I'll explain you that as well, right? Now we know that animal cells, they store carbohydrates, right? They store carbohydrates, and those carbohydrates are stored in the form of glycogen, right? That the carbohydrate that is the inactive form is glucose. Now we store that in glycogen form, that is the inactive form. Apart from that, animal cell or animals, they have nervous coordination, and we know that they are able to move from place to place, right? So let's have a look at an animal cell. How does that look like? This is how a typical animal cell will look like, right? It would be having a true nucleus, right? And then there is an endoplasmic reticulum upon which you could observe small ribosomes. Are you getting this, children?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Miss.
Please do inform
yes.
me if any one of you has any confusion.
Ma'am,
Yes,
ma'am, what is the function of ribosome?
I'll tell you. I'm going to just explain all of the functions, right? We will start from nucleus, because this nucleus is present in animal cell as well, and it is present in plant cell as well. So first we will see that what is the function of nucleus. Nucleus contains the genetic material, that is called the DNA, right? And this DNA is going to control the activities of the cell, right? Are you clear with the function of nucleus?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So we know that there is cytoplasm as well, like jelly-like fluid that is present in the cell. That is called as cytoplasm. So what's the function of cytoplasm? First, we know that it is a gel-like substance. And this substance, this gel-like substance is composed of water and cell solutes, right? Some other things have been like they dissolve in cytoplasm. Apart from that, there's an important function of cytoplasm as well. The first one is that it supports the internal cell structures. What does that mean? We know inside on cytoplasm there are many other organelles, right, that are floating on cytoplasm. So it serves as a support for those organelles as well. And then there is another important function of cytoplasm, that it is site for many chemical reactions. Now, what does that mean? That many chemical reactions are going to happen inside the cytoplasm. So, could you name some of the functions that happen in cytoplasm?
Ma'am, respiration.
Good. Which respiration?
Aerobic.
And any other? So,
And I'm not sure, but do anaerobic respiration does that also take place in the cell?
no. Actually, one respiration takes place in the mitochondria of the cell, and the other one takes place in the cytoplasm. One is aerobic and the other one is anaerobic. So, could you tell me which respiration happens in the cytoplasm? Or could you tell me like the difference between both?
Ma'am, anaerobic respiration is when the supply of oxygen is very low or close to none.
Yes,
So the glucose are directly converted to lactic acid.
yes,
Uh, but in aerobic respiration, oxygen is present, so it is converted to carbon dioxide uh, carbon dioxide uh, and uh, and water and energy.
yes,
Energy is
Fahad,
produced.
you are telling correct. The respiration that takes place in cytoplasm is the anaerobic respiration, right? Because it's a sort of quick respiration. The other respiration that is taking place in the mitochondria is the aerobic respiration that utilizes oxygen, right? So in cytoplasm, anaerobic respiration takes place, and other than that, we have another process that is called translation. Do you know about that? It's protein synthesis, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this was that was happening inside cytoplasm. Then we have to move towards the cell membrane that is over here. Now we have to see what's the function of a cell membrane. First is that it holds the cell together, right? It's a boundary for a cell. So it holds whatever is present inside the cell membrane. The other thing is that it separates the inside of the cell from outside, right? And one more thing that is the cell membrane is responsible for is that it actually controls which substances leave and enter the cell. You got it? It is acting as a gatekeeper, right? It allows which substances could leave the cell and which substances could come inside the cell, right? All of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so are you
Yes.
getting till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we have to move towards the ribosomes, right? Here we have the ribosomes. Now we have to see what is the function of ribosomes. Now, mostly these ribosomes are found in the cytoplasm. And these ribosomes, they are the site for protein synthesis, right?
Yes.
Ribosomes are responsible, they have an important function that is They are involved in the protein synthesis to make proteins for the cell. Now then comes these structures. They are called as mitochondria.
And do mitochondria produce adenosine triphosphate?
Yes, Fahad, are you saying something?
Ma'am, does mitochondria produce adenosine triphosphate?
Okay, so you are asking that do mitochondria produce ATP, right?
Yes, yes.
So yeah, they are called as the powerhouse of the cell. So the energy currency that we have inside the cell is ATP. So yeah, they do produce ATP. So first we know that they are a site of aerobic respiration, and this aerobic respiration, like the mitochondria, is where energy is released to the cell. So mostly they are found in those cells that are very metabolically active. They are taking part in some sort of physical activities. For example, the muscle cells. They are always involved in some sort of activity, right? Okay. So all these organelles that I've mentioned here are the same organelles that are present in plant cell as well, right? There is a nucleus inside plant cell as well. There is a nucleus, there is a cytoplasm in plant cell as well, cell membrane, ribosomes, mitochondria, all these organelles are present in plant cells as well. Now we have to see what a plant cell is or what are the characteristics of a plant cell. First, we know the plants, they are also multicellular, right? They also have a nucleus as well. Apart from that, they have cell walls, and inside cell walls, like cell walls are made up of which material or which substance?
Cellulose.
God, it's made up of cellulose. It's the component present in the cell walls of plant cells. Now we know if it's a plant, so there is another organelle that is chloroplast as well, right? This chloroplast is has an important function in the photosynthesis. And for plants, they feed with the help of photosynthesis because this is the process through which these plants make their own food, right? We have studied that animals store carbohydrates in the form of glycogen. Now, plants also store carbohydrates
Starch.
Good. But that is done either storing them in the form of starch, or they do so by storing that in the form of sucrose. And at last, these plants do not have a nervous coordination. Are you getting, girls?
Yes.
I have Fahad and Mehdeen, I guess, and Arisha, and I have one more student. What's his name?
Ma'am, I'm Epson.
Okay, so you are quiet from some time. Are you getting everything?
Yes.
Okay. Please, children, please do tell me if you're not getting anything, right? Okay, now we have to see how a plant cell looks like. This looks like something like that, right? So there is a double membrane inside a plant cell. Okay. So this one, the inner one is the cell membrane, right? But the outer one is the cell wall, right? So we knew that what a cell membrane is. Its function is same inside the plant cell as well. But now we have to see what the cell wall is. We know it is made up of cellulose, and its important function is that it gives extra support to the cell, right? Because inside animal cells, or for example, in case of humans, we do have a skeleton for our support, but plants do not have a skeleton. So they have an additional layer at every plant cell to give them an extra support, right? Apart from that, plants also have a chloroplast as well. First, the plant has a big vacuole, it has nucleus as well, and apart from that, it has a chloroplast as well. There are many chloroplasts, but I'm just drawing one. So here's the chloroplast. That is only present in plant cell, but not in animal cell. Now we know this chloroplast, it contains green pigment that is called
Chlorophyll.
chlorophyll. You can say it a chlorophyll pigment. Now this chlorophyll pigment, right, this one, it is responsible to absorb light. Which light? Sunlight. It absorbs light, energy during the process of photosynthesis. You got it? Okay. Then we know, like, there's an additional thing that is present. Not additional thing, there are vacuoles in animal cell as well. But such kind of vacuole, like a large central sort of vacuole, is only present in plant cell. So there is, we call it a permanent vacuole. Okay. Now inside this, like we call that, this permanent vacuole contains cell sap. Now what cell sap? It's a solution of what? It is a solution of dissolved sugars, and ions, right? Some dissolved sugars and ions are present inside it. And this permanent vacuole is used for storage and support of the cell structure. Okay. So did you got till here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Any one of you that has some that is having some sort of confusion, please do consult me right now. Yes, children.
Ma'am, I'm clear.
All right. Okay, then we can move towards the bacterial cell, I guess. Do you know what bacteria are?
Ma'am, are they unicellular?
Yeah, they are made up of single cells. That is why we call them bacteria are single cellular, right? That is why we call them unicellular as well. And they are considered to be do you people have a concept of what a eukaryote or a prokaryote is? Yes, children.
Can you repeat? Ma'am?
Like, do you people know what a eukaryote and a prokaryote is?
A little bit.
Okay, could you tell me?
Ma'am, prokaryotes are primarily single-celled
All right.
organisms
Okay,
and they do not have a membrane around their nucleus.
very good. Eukaryotes are the opposite to prokaryotes. What about other children? Do you people know about them or not?
Yes, miss, I know.
Okay, that's great. Now, the only difference is that prokaryotes are mostly or prokaryotes are single celled only, right? And the major difference is between their nucleuses. So, the prokaryote, they do not have a true nucleus. Why we say that they do not have a true nucleus? Because their genetic material is just lying inside the lying in the cytoplasm. There is not a proper membrane around that genetic material. While in case of eukaryotic cells, they have proper membrane around their nucleus, and in that nucleus, the genetic material is enclosed, right? And all the organelles are properly membrane bonded, while prokaryotes do not offer any such role. Right, girls?
Yes.
And you can only see these bacterial cells. They are seen at high magnification under a microscope that are unable to be seen by your naked eye. So you know that their the bacterial cells, they also have a cell wall. right?
Yes.
Yes.
So their cell wall is made up of, it's composed of a mixture of proteins, sugars, and lipids, right?
Yes.
So could you tell me what is the name of that material that is present inside the
And
bacterial cell
and
wall?
pep- peptidoglycan.
Very good. That now that complex is basically named as pepti- peptidoglycan that contains protein, sugars, and lipids. Now that is in the form of, for example, this was your bacterial cell, right? And here we have this cell wall, right? Now the inside this cell wall, right? We know that this cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, and we have already stated that it is made up of lipid and sugar and protein. So inside this cell wall, you have a cytoplasm. Now that cytoplasm will contain small granules. Now granules are those small particles. These granules are of either glycogen, lipid, or other food reserves. All right, children.
Yes,
Yes,
Miss.
ma'am.